friends, I have a traveler's notebook spread for you today using the Pink Paisley Auburn Lane collection. This is my traveler's notebook that I have been working on for a really, really long time, and it's put photos of all of my most favorite paintings that I have seen. I saw all of these at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City, which I have had the privilege of visiting 3 or 4 times. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to flip through all of these papers and decide which ones I think will look nice with my picture. So I think that one looks really nice with my picture, but it kind of blends in too much. So I'm going to keep kind of going through here and working in this traveler's notebook. This project is a labor of love, so I'm not worried about finishing it necessarily. So I'm going to go through all the die cuts now and decide which ones I wanted. But this photo of Monet, the Bouquet of Sunflowers, I just thought it screamed this collection. And that's usually how I decide I'm going to work in it. So I'm going through here just deciding what colors I want. This was a really hard decision process for me because I loved everything. And I felt like this collection really set this photo off very, very well. So it was really hard for me to kind of decide what to eliminate. So I have a new little tool. Look at this. We saw this demonstrated at Creativation in January, and I actually pre-ordered one like in January to get it, but I actually didn't get it until just this past week or so ago, and I have been absolutely loving it. It's a guillotine trimmer from Tim Holtz and Tonic, and yes, oh my goodness, it cuts straight, and it's really, really nice. I'm assuming that they're a little hard to get hold of, but totally worth it. So hopefully it stays cutting straight. I can't imagine that it will because it's a guillotine trimmer, but you know, stranger things have happened. I'm just cutting a little bit of this foil paper at the bottom just because this traveler's notebook, so this notebook is from Rock Your Notebook, and it's like longer, I think. It's a little longer than 8 inches. So I had, which I think they all are really, but I had a little bit of a gabby placed on there, and I just kind of wanted to cover it up. So I'm just measuring stuff out and getting it on my page, and then I'm going to go ahead and I decide to mount my photo in this green paper because I thought it was just really, really nice. And I thought it set off some of the darker greens in the painting. So this photo is Monet. It's a Bouquet of Sunflowers. I'm just going to trim all this down. Now, I can tell you right now that I'm making a huge, giant, enormous mistake, but you'll see what it is later on. What's super funny is I watch another YouTuber, Cynthia Beck. She's NB Pretty Papers on YouTube, and she actually did this in her traveler's notebook a couple days ago. And when she did it, I thought, oh, I have to be really, really careful when I work in my traveler's notebook because I would totally do that. And then the next layout, I did it too. I don't know, very weird. I knew that I wanted this puffy sticker on this painting, like right away. That's happening. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to grab some of the little labels and banners that are in this collection, and I'm going to kind of stagger them around. And I'm going to use these banners to document who painted the painting and what year they painted it and what the title of it is. And then I actually have some journaling to go with this particular painting, some journaling that I really want to get down because it's just a fabulous story and I love it. So I will read you my journaling while I do some lettering and add my title and all of that. And if you are not a lover of art, then you can just fast forward a bit because this is all already stuff to do. So the little story that I knew I wanted to add to this painting was this. In November 1888, Van Gogh wrote, "Gauguin was telling me the other day that he'd seen a painting by Charles Monet of sunflowers in a large Japanese vase. Very fine, but he likes mine better. I'm not of that opinion." I love that quote. I just love it. And to be able to see that painting that Van Gogh is talking about in real life at the Met was kind of awesome. Just awesome. So, yeah, this child's notebook is a labor of love, and that will probably be 2 because I'm gonna run out of pages before I run out of pictures of Impressionist art that I love, right? Okay. And this project is totally for me. This isn't for anybody else. This is absolutely just my my little love of Impressionist art. So I'm currently cutting up a bunch of rub-ons and putting it onto this layout. And as I'm doing this, I'm realizing something. So I opened this pack of rub-ons in May, and they were super sticky. They were so sticky that I could rub them on with my finger. Okay, so now it's July, and my rub-ons, my Auburn Lane Pink Paisley rub-ons, are less sticky. They're already starting to dry out. So at this point, I'm kind of like, you know what? I love these and I'm not going to waste them. So I cut as many rub-ons from the package as I thought I could possibly use on the second side of this page. And I think I used all the ones I cut out except for the one big circle one. But if you have these, if you got them, use them. Use them very quickly. I have every intention of using them all very, very soon because I just don't want them to be I don't want them to get hard, you know, where you can't rub them on and they stick to the paper and blah, blah, blah. And so, yes, so if you get them, don't open them. I would say don't open them until you know that you're going to use them within a couple months because, yeah, I was kind of surprised at how much they had dried up from being so super sticky in just a really short amount of time. Because in scrapbook stash world, 2 months is not a long time, right? It's so true. So I'm adding some puffy stickers and I'm doing a little collage at the top here. And then I realized, wait, hold on, did you see it? My traveler's notebook is upside down. It's upside down. Ah, I was working with it upside down. So I have to move. See, like, I had to move it all over, and wasn't gonna make you watch me do that, so I went ahead and flipped it all off camera, re-put everything down. Fortunately, I hadn't used double-sided. A lot of times in my notebook, I use that like score tape, the really sticky tape. It's like red line tape, but it's not red line, it's like white. And so I was really glad that this time I had just grabbed my tape runner and used it because I was never going to get that off. It would have just been upside down in my book if I hadn't, if I had used anything else to stick down that one page. But I used my tape runner, so I flipped everything around and moved it all over. And here is my journaling that I told you about a little bit ago. I'm journaling using my Tombow Dual Twin Tone pen. I'm trying to think, it's not the dual brush pen, it's the twin tone pen. And it's just in a pretty like brown color. I didn't want to use black, I thought it would be, there is black in layout, but I don't know. I was wanting something a little bit less stark. So that's going to complete this layout. I love how this turned out. I absolutely love it. I love the colors and I love that I was able to remember and put that little quote from Van Gogh in there. And yeah, this turned out really, really nice. Thank you so much for stopping by today. And you can head over to Memory Lane Scraps. And if you buy the rub-ons, use them quickly. Talk to you all again soon. Bye.